first hard point map, obviously your middle hill, generally you're going to have a lot of scrap time. Normally, whichever team is better at slaying is going to be able to get more control of it. Oh, excuse me, I'm talking about hard point. We have CTF. You're going to be wanting to lock down this pool side. The side that Prophecy is spawning right now is going to be your favorable side, and if they can lock down pool, it's going to be really easy to pull flags out. So we're going to hop on board with Moch, who's going to be your AR player, and expect him to just lock down this right here.
All right, and Brian, we're going to switch it up and let Chance drive this game. So when you can, go over to the second casting box. And Chance, I'm going to give you a little caster tip here. As you're driving, you're going to want to hit B. That's going to drop the lower bar. And then, of course, you're going to be using just the players to switch through. You highlight the guy you want, hit A. Done. All set up. Drive away, my friend.
Sounds great. Your Envy squad actually able to put a little bit of pressure on the Prophecy, but you see Envy's actually taking this game pretty slow. They don't want to get ahead of themselves and allow Prophecy to make any ridiculous plays or really easy pulls on this side. Envy is going to force them to do extremely well on the side to pull out 1 or 2 flags. So Envy taking it slow.
All right, and walk me through what Prophecy needs to do from this first side. You said it is the advantage, but how many caps do you want to get here playing from the more advantageous position?
You know, honestly, if you're playing a team that's as good as Envy is, I wouldn't be comfortable unless I had at least a 3 flag lead. I think if they only have 2, that they can easily hold that off or even be able to pull off the flag from the other side. But 3 is where you're going to be comfortable with. 1 just isn't going to be enough. And 2, it's going to be about a 50-50.
All right, do me a favor and throw on that COD vision. We're going to hit the X button to bring that up. Classic, switching over to the IMR for this map. What do you think of the decision to go with this AR?
The IMR, the difference between that and the BAL is normally the IMR is going to be a gun you're more stationary with. But whichever the player is going to be more comfortable with, there's not a huge difference between the two in terms of what you're going to be able to do in terms of putting up numbers. So the IMR, perfectly fine decision. We're going to be able to see if that works out for Classic.
Going back over to him as he is going to put some pressure on this flag. Players contesting the wall. He's going to lose that battle, but you got a teammate right behind him. It's actually Merc doing damage for Envy, cleaning up Ricky, who is trying to apply that pressure. Merc opening up 7-2, and on the bracket show, you know, I was kind of critiquing Merc's play from the Season 1 championship compared to his teammates. So far in this series, he has really impressed me. The numbers don't show everything this man does, though. Such a selfless, objective player.
Yeah, you're right. He's been playing everything perfect so far. He's been patient. He's allowed his teammates to do exactly what they need to do, and he's been extremely beneficial to his team. So kicking it off 8-3, excuse me, now right here is doing great for him in the slaying category.
Will he go for the pole? Not going to get an opportunity as it looks like he'll be cut down by Embo. Switching over to Saints. Saints going to fall as well. Actually, he picked up that kill on Classic, so that was an opportunity for Envy to surge forward. Big kills coming in from Moch on defense, but we're going to take it to Bose here from this Prophecy squad. He's playing base D, and that's a big kill. Will he push up for a flag, though? You see Envy all spawning across the map. He could thread his way through pool. Instead, tries to challenge Nameless and is going to be cut down.
Yeah, Envy right now is doing an extremely good job. They're doing exactly what they need to do to put this pressure on the Prophecy squad. They're not allowing them to get much map control. They're not allowing them to push very far into the base. And even though Ricky is doing so right now, Saints has a flag out and he's making a run. And he's actually got the coverage to do it. If they can just get this one cut off, which Merc is able to do, they should be able to get this flag on the bad side. So it looks like they're going to be going up 1-0 on this first side to capture the flag.
Saints is going to be able to put this one through. Nice cover fire from his teammates, but everyone falling as he caps. So 3 players surging in. Kill by Saints is going to make it just 2 left. Embo's still applying pressure with Classic. Down goes Classic. Moch trying to get here to cover, but that is going to be a big stop from Envy. No counter cap opportunity coming through, and with Envy leading from the more difficult side, this is going to spell trouble going into round 2.
Yeah, and if you notice, Classic has actually switched away from the IMR and has pulled out a sub. They only have a minute left, and they're already down by 1 flag. They're going to need at least 2 pulls on this side, so he's switching out to the submachine gun to play faster play because the IMR was not being successful for him.
You saw Moch over on poolside trying to clean up some kills. Ricky not able to get anywhere with that flag. Prophecy, generally their strength is in CTF and uplink. So far that has not been the case. They're just getting outplayed in every game mode against Envious, and Envy controlling the pace. You can see the difference is the slaying. Saints at 15-8, Zuma 13-9, leading the way with a positive Merc as well.
Yeah, you see Envy, this is actually their best capture the flag map based on the stats from the Season 1 league. They played this extremely well, and you can see right now they're just playing it perfectly, doing everything they need to do, and pulling off one flag on the bad side has got to give them an extreme amount of confidence going inside number 2.
We have one player trying to get the flag out. Merc is actually going to win the one-on-one. There were 2 players right around him, able to sneak through, but he's cut down by Ricky in the basement. We're going to see the return, and now Nameless going to go into the base, not even go for the pull as time will run out. They'll have a 1-0 lead at the half. Strong start from Envy. They have 5 more minutes if they can keep the score low. This will be a 3-0 sweep once again against Prof, the higher seed.
Yeah, and I honestly expect them to kind of have like a little bit of a blowout and get 2 or 3 more flags on this side. They have all the momentum right now, up 2 in the lead. It's looking good really going into the second side. And the fact that they're winning off of the bad side just shows how well they're doing.
Let's take a look at some of the loadouts for these players. Just hit your D-pad over, switch on through. Nameless switching over the AK-12, and that's kind of what I was wondering over here on my screen. Why would you switch it up to the AK-12? Why does he prefer this weapon?
It's kind of like the IMR and Bout. There's slightly different play styles to it, but it's really just all about your preference. And honestly, it might even be mind games saying, I'm so confident in this side right now that I don't even have to use my best weapon. I'm going to beat you with the abnormal, and I'm going to do everything that I can, or I'm going to do everything that I want because you can't do anything to me.
All right, we're going to bring up the player card one more time there. Also, while you were switching through Nameless, I noticed lots of hardwired coming out here. The players trying to make themselves a little bit stronger. When the stuns come in, they won't be affected as they go for those pulls. We got Zuma on your screen with the bow locking down Courtyard. Nameless, though, keeps applying the pressure inside the Prof base. Won't be able to get to the flag. So far, really haven't seen any pulls from Envy, but Prof has been nowhere near the Envy base.
Yeah, Prophecy right now pushing up on this left side. They've got all 4 players, but if they are able to get a flag out, which looks like Ricky does have, Merc's going to be able to make this a stalemate as he is in the base right now. So even when Prophecy starts to get a little bit of momentum and slaying out, Merc is doing exactly what he needs to do to keep the pressure on top of Prophecy.
Shots coming in, and that's a big win from Moch, who gets the return. If he doesn't get that kill, it is a 2-0 game in favor of Envy. Instead, we could see a tying cap. Big cutoff kills coming in. Embos and Ricky in your kill feed, and Moch is going to put it in with 3:30 still to go.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely huge for them to be able to make a flag cap on that side. Being on bad side again, and it looks like Ricky's going to be able to pull another one out. He's got 1 player to beat. He does get tagged up, and the flag is returned for them. But still, for them to be able to get that on this side is huge. Now they just need 1 flag, and that's certainly attainable. I was expecting Envy to blow it out, but it looks like Prophecy has come to make this a match.
Moch continuing to push back, checks his base, doesn't see anyone. Envy spreading out around the map. You see 2 players push and pull. One is going to be pincering from top of lobby, and it looks like the pressure now flooding in. Big kills from Bose. Moch cleans up another, and it's Saints left to deal with, and Saints is going to get the pull. Can he get the pool side? Everyone's spawning backstairs, and Saints is going to have his hands full, won't be able to deal with it. Nice stop again. The stuns coming through, and Saints just didn't have the hardwired.
Yeah, you called attention to the hardwire about Nameless earlier, and that really was the difference maker as the stun was able to slow down Saints right there. But honestly, he had 2 players to beat anyway, and it looks like they were going to be able to get that return nonetheless. But right now, all the pressure is going to be on Envy's base right now as Prophecy is pushed up completely. They have all 4 players in the base, and it looks like Classic is going to be pulling a flag out, and they do have the cutoffs right now, so he's actually might be able to make a run for this. You're going to have 1 player, though, in the base, right? It's going to be Merc pulling a flag. Merc, again, doing exactly what he needs to do to keep the pressure on this Prophecy squad.
And a big return coming in from Zuma, so Envy has the flag out. They've got it returned at home. Will they be able to keep fighting their way through? Embos with 2. Going for a third. Hasn't hit it yet. Doing a nice job staying alive, trying to chase everyone down. And there are the kills. So 2 minutes left. We're going to see the score all tied up. Who is going to be able to get the final cap here on Retreat, or will we see overtime?
Honestly, I'm really hoping for an overtime, but that stop right there by Embos, he picked up a 2-piece, almost a 3-piece when he was left alone to stop the flag, and he's playing outstanding right now. He's on a 4-kill streak, sitting at 28 and 17, make that a 5 streak. I need to give him some love as he is locking down this pool side with a bow.
Continuing to apply pressure is Mr. Bose. Moch, though, on your screen, back in the base, playing defense. Who is going to be the attacker? It looks like that's Ricky going for the flagpole. Moch clearing the way, picks up 2 back at home. Ricky going to get it out, poolside. 1 player right behind him, though. That is, let's see here, that is going to be the 6th return coming through. Make it 8 returns for Envy, 6 for Prophecy. Envy so aggressive on these objectives.
Yeah, really impressive stuff from Envy. They're playing extremely well. Merc doing exactly what he needs to do at all times. And Merc actually going for another flag pull now. He's just got one player to beat, and Nameless is able to pick up the kill on the cutoffs. There's only going to be one player that looks like he might be able to position to stop this, and it's going to be Classic. But there's a player from Prophecy on double Ds. Classic is able to sneak by. If he can get his turn, that's going to be huge for them. But he's going to get cut down to the very end, and that's going to be a 2-1 lead in favor of Envy.
Envy with 30 seconds left puts in the flag, so we'll see, can they hold the last push from Prop? Nameless getting kills. Merc trying to chase him down is going to pick up 2 more, but the flag's still out. It's in the hands of Moch. You've got Classic there to support. Actually, Embos with that flag will get it to Pool, but not very far. Merc going to hunt it down, get the return, and lock up this sweep. Prophecy knocked to the losers bracket. Envy is moving into our top 4 here in winners.
And Merc is definitely the MVP of that game. At the very end, there was 3 players from Prophecy that were in the base getting ready to pull that final flag to try and tie it up. Merc picked up the first 2 and was able to hunt down the player with the flag that was Embos and get the return, stopping that last flag pull.
Zuma and Saints looking positive in almost